Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome to the video. Now, today's vehicle is a frequent flyer in my garage, and that is the 2004 Chevy Trailblazer LT. You guys are not going to believe what it looks like this time. Okay, well, no surprise here. The outside is a filthy mess again, and every inch is covered in dust and mud from all the gravel roads it sees. The wheels have a bunch of caked on dirt in the barrel, and the backside is starting to turn a nice shade of brown. But moving inside, and I get a new surprise every time I detail this vehicle. This time it's motor oil that was spilled in numerous spots, the worst of which is in the back. But aside from that, and the rest of the interior isn't much better, as the carpets are a mess and all the trim is dirty and grimy. But just before we dive into this disaster, take a quick second and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. I post a new video every Friday, so make sure you've got the bell on too, so you get notified when those go live. All right, well, it looks like I've got quite the mess on my hands to deal with today, but I'm excited to get the Trailblazer transformed and looking its best again, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay guys, well, I can't say that I was expecting to see the Trailblazer again, but here it is, and I'm going to call it now. This was the dirtiest that it's been, considering the carpets are full of motor oil, but I know my way around this vehicle pretty well at this point, and I'm confident I can get it looking incredible again. Okay, well, I'm sure there's quite a few of you out there wondering how on earth does this vehicle keep getting dirty, let alone this dirty? Well, as I've mentioned in the previous videos on this vehicle, the owner works out of town and drives over 200 kilometers round trip every day on gravel roads, so it's really no surprise that it's absolutely filthy. And with the vehicle seeing so much gravel, all the crevices back here are stuffed full of dust, and they need it to be sprayed out really well. Though it sounds like this will be the last time it's ever this dirty, as the owner has a new job in the city now, so she should be able to finally keep it clean. Working my way around the Trailblazer, and despite my best efforts over the years, the gravel roads and road salt have really put a beating on this paint, and it seems like each time I detail it, it's looking even worse. So I'm going to be extra careful around all the rock chips, rust spots, and areas where the clear coat is failing, so I don't end up making it any worse. Alright, moving to the underside here, and for any of you out there who might be wondering where you can get one of these undercarriage sprayers, I've got the link in the description for you, and I would definitely recommend picking one up, as you really can't do a very thorough job with just a pressure washer, given the limited angle that you can spray at. Okay, getting some of my new Detail Geek wheel and tire cleaner sprayed on these dirty wheels. I'll hit them with a variety of brushes to agitate and get them clean, most of which can be found on my website at detailgeekautocare.com. Moving to these super dirty floor mats now, and after getting a fairly liberal amount of my carpet solution sprayed on, I'll let it sit for a minute to help penetrate the dirt and stains, hit it with my medium green drill brush, and then simply blast them with the pressure washer. And just like each time before, the second I started spraying them, there was an overwhelming stench of cigarette smoke that filled my garage. Starting on vacuuming now, and one thing you'll notice right away is that this Trailblazer has pretty good carpet that has a nice long pile, so vacuuming really isn't very difficult, and you can tell it's still in good shape after all the abuse that it's seen over the years. So the quality of materials used in a vehicle can have a big impact on how easy they are to clean. Moving to the back now, and while this is almost hard to look at, I'm hopeful that the nicer carpet here will make it easier to loosen up and extract these stains in a little bit. And while we're on the topic of carpet quality, I figured I'd answer this week's members question, which is what's the best and worst quality of carpet that you've worked on so far? So while this Trailblazer is pretty good, the best that I've ever had the pleasure of working on was probably in the Cadillac Escalade. It was super thick and plush and just incredibly easy to clean. And the worst, well, you can take your pick. I've done tons of newer vehicles that have the Velcro-like carpet in them, like Honda Civics, Chevy Cruzes, Kia Fortes, and many others. Basically what that means is that good quality carpet is hard to find in a vehicle these days, as manufacturers have to cut costs so they can fit in all the technology that people want nowadays. Okay, well, starting on extracting the seats now, and you'll notice that I'm using my medium green drill brush today, and that's simply because with this being an older vehicle, the upholstery in here is also thicker and higher quality, so it can't possibly be damaged with the slightly stiffer drill brush, which really just makes it easier to get dirt and stains loosened up. So if you've been looking for a set of drill brushes, you can pick these green ones up along with the soft white ones on my website at detailgeekautocare.com, where worldwide shipping is available. Okay, well, it's time now to get to work on this big oil stain. And when the owner dropped the vehicle off, she was telling me that she had a little two-stroke motor in here, and obviously it decided to dump all of its oil on the carpet. However, based on the color, it appears it was pretty new oil, which is a good thing, and probably why it's coming completely out right now. Now, had it been old, used, and black oil like what I saw in the 2011 Chevy work truck a little over a year ago, it likely would have been a lot worse. Okay, with the rest of the carpets and seats clean now, I'll start on the last section, and that's the storage compartment lid. And since this was removable, I could have pressure washed it, but after seeing how good of a job the Bissell was doing inside the vehicle, there was really no need to switch over. So if anyone out there has dirty carpets or seats in their vehicle, I'd highly recommend picking up a Bissell Spot Clean Professional like what I'm using here. As you've seen in my videos, it's easily able to handle any sort of mess. So if you're curious, the link is down in the description for you. Here's all the dirt, motor oil, and other substances sucked out of the Trailblazer. Gross. Okay, now using my new Detail Geek all-purpose cleaner, diluted at 4:1, I'll get some sprayed on the trim pieces I removed earlier, and then just blast them with the steamer and brush attachment. And it really is amazing to see how big of an impact the all-purpose cleaner has compared to not using it. It just allows the steamer to effortlessly blast away any dirt or grime. working my way around the vehicle, applying 303's aerospace protectant. And as you guys know, I always apply this to every plastic component inside a vehicle, including inside the glove box, even though that's likely not an area the owner would ever even notice. It's just the perfectionist in me, and I couldn't imagine doing a less than perfect job. Turning to the glass and using my new Detail Geek glass cleaner, I'll spray some directly onto my waffle weave towel and then start on the glass, flipping the towel for the final wipe. And if you've ever struggled with getting streak-free glass, well, this combo is your answer. All right, well, 10 hours later, and once again, the Trailblazer is all cleaned up and looking sweet. Now, just before you guys leave this video, if you enjoyed it, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.